Was I had a half hour before I'm doing what I got to do. I thought I'd come to y'all quickly. I got receipts and details, but something I have to get off my chest before we start. Okay. Now, the ideology behind what it is that I'm saying to you guys, what I'm not saying and not going into detail is that I'm seeing prior nonprofit activity. Okay. And the reason I attack these nonprofits so hard, let me tell you why. And I'm not accusing them of this. I'm not saying they do this. I'm not saying you guys are doing this, but let me tell you what it is that I found. I've literally found that there are certain charities and stuff that have to do with it. A lot of it revolves around kids. That's all I can say. You can fathom the whole idea of it. But see, what gets more sick to me is that when I'm researching some of the names of these kids and it involves them, some of them are MIA. And I sit back and I think, what was the last thing X was doing? He was helping the kids. He was helping them all. He was doing it. And I don't want to think the reasoning behind why he could have been targeted had little than less to do with what we think. And it had a lot to do with kids. And you ask yourself, like, how would it have to do with kids? Well, when I think about it, and I think about how many sickos there are, it would make more sense if it did. And let me put it best this way to y'all. You know, there could have been an issue, okay, let's say hypothetically, allegedly, an issue dealing where him doing the good for the kids, his feet were stepped on. Someone did not like the fact that when dealing with the kids, he was helping them. And I think of how many sickos there are in this world. You know about them. I know about them. We know in every hierarchy that there is that it's the lowest of the low to deal with someone. And if I think X was the man that I presume him to be from what I researched, he told someone to knock it off. Now, it was someone he maybe shouldn't have told to knock it off, someone that maybe was in a higher level of power than him, but he told them, knock it off. We're not making these decisions. Now, why would this have been harmful? It would have been stepping in the way of someone's business. And all of these businesses that I found linked, connected, they happen to have nonprofit as a tense to it. So when I think of others saying they're opening up nonprofits, whether they're really reaching to help, don't get me wrong, they could be helping millions for all we know. I do not presume that personally because the characters involved, but you could. But here's what you need to understand. And this is why I say stay objective. This is why you need to put respect on my name. Imagine me looking, you're a nonprofit, but I go over to another section and the nonprofit I'm looking at, they're dealing with kids. And when I'm starting to find some missing, like, think about that. You're looking every day you go to a store, you see pictures on the wall of kids' face. They're missing. How does that make you? Does that make you say, yeah? Like what do you say? What is your response to it? So I want you to understand the type of mentality I'm taking when I'm looking, and I'm like, well, what's going on? And it's familiar faces, familiar names, and I find these names synonymous with certain groups and situations. You see, it does get a bit deeper. Excuse me as I discern through this of how I'm saying it. Because certain things, it gets too real. Because to those of you who are parents, I can imagine your feel in situations if someone was missing. But here's where it deepens. You've seen me address certain people. Say that person's MIA. The next thing you know, at a later date, they fit the whole persona and look of someone, but they pop up being in a house for a party. And they're dressed unsavory. Then it really get deepened. Do you get what I'm saying? It goes to a different level. You're like, wait, What does that parent know about that? That's what I know. Not only do I know that, but that's what my intel provides me alleged situations of. And we're finding these people around in different places. We're finding these people in places that don't fit for who they are. It's like, why are they there? Why are they over there? They're connecting and trying to link up more than anything with people who they feel can save their past behavior. And we notice, because I told you, I got eyes everywhere. So we're noticing this normally. Now you're coming at me in different ways, but you got to understand from a law standpoint, you could call me whatever you want. There are a bigger amount of them rocking with me than against me. I can assure you that, because they'll look into something I talked about. They'll see it and they'll be like, what? How do you know that? And then they put respect on my name. Like maybe he knows something we don't. But I want it to be known that y'all, it's at the point where even if you did want to do an investigation, you couldn't reach as much as I could with it. It's because of the type of connections I have. You see, your connections go in a lawful standpoint. My connections zigzags in a street nature. So I got people out there actually seeing things happen, doing things, and it's different than your connections. Now, don't get me wrong. Lawful connections are important, but mine's is elsewhere. Mine's are eyes on the wall, flies on the wall, an eye in the sky sense thing. So we see what you won't see. And I want you to understand how that makes you feel if you were to presume that's going on. Now, here's where it gets a bit deeper. And this is where I watch my language and my wording. Because there are certain people I have no issue with because they inadvertently get involved because of the people I don't rock with. You get me? So I have no issue against it. And a promise is a promise. A long time in the midst of this, the guy saw it was going. He's like, just promise me there's certain things you won't do. So I won't. But I will say this because it's public knowledge. The young lady that we looked into that happened to be a person that stayed in the vicinity of one of your local trash bags was involved in something that involved partially, if not some of the people, or not even people, some of the young ones that we found to be connected to one of these things. So if I'm to presume my research goes that deep, am I going to presume that that particular instance was not known to be the case? The thing is, what you guys don't understand is I've already busted it wide. Like I already dug it out. It's whether or not you can read between the lines to see how everything's connected. It's not whether everything's connected. How is it connected? I did this very strategically because I am greatest nation since United Nations. My motions are pure. My motions are powerful. I've learned from powerful people. Some of the greatest in the world I learned from. So, in fact, to think that I would not be able to do that, it was a farce. They knew I would. The thing is, they're just shocked how oblivious people are to it, to actually understand it. As I told them, a lot would. Like, for instance, when someone comes in, like, who's he talking about? Keanu, at this point, it should just be like, okay, how is this connected? More so than what is it he's talking about. It's deeper than that. It's always been deeper than that. TheCzarr All Rights Reserved, the movement itself, it's been deeper. Any subject I spoke on, whether you've seen it or not, the emphasis and the viewpoint I gave 99% of YouTube never would. They wouldn't. So what I did was provide golden nuggets. It's whether or not you understood what it was talking about. If I mentioned it in a way for you to get the deception. I always cut past the deception. And that is why when I resurface, if YouTube does cut me off, however that goes, if I resurface, it's going to be in a more powerful way. So we only progress. I can only progress from this moment. As I told you, I did not go in how I wanted to, but I am an individual of progression. So I'm sorry if a lot of you did not get where I was going, how I was talking about it. But I want you to understand, amongst the dumb-ish, the laughs, the comedy, I provided you truth. I softened the blow. These guys I spoke about, how I spoke about them, it wasn't a joke. And it was true. Honestly, if you want me to be completely honest with you at this moment, I know about them. I know what they've done, things I haven't said. I know what they do in their spare time. I know what they like to do for fun. I know it. I have a presumable number of how many of them are actually messing with it. It actually gets way, way deeper. But I submerge from the rabbit hole to just give you a layout that you can digest. You know, because the thing is, I've noticed a lot of guys are starting to do things where they're talking about reptile this, reptile that. My question is, how do you know I'm not a reptile? How do you know I don't conference with reptiles? How do you know I don't have a team of dragons? How do you know these things? See, when I play with you like that, it's the laugh. And it's kind of crazy because these guys talk about it, but you don't absolutely understand what it is you speak about. You speak about it such in jest. I seen comedy such in jest, and I'm not going to name the comedy because they're making fun of it for a cartoon, and we're alluding to it, and people are laughing it up with tears in their. But at the end of the day, it's like, what is the capacity of a human being's mentality? That's what I question myself. What's the reach of your mentality? We see animes and things that talk about willpower. What is it of a human being's willpower, understanding, and capabilities for them to actually get what it is they're being told and digest it so you are in line with the third eye, your consciousness that actually purely gets what it's saying, but your primary medulla that just looks at it and says, ha ha. Like, what's the depth? What's the reach? That's my interest. That's what interests me the most. And here, when this individual spoke to me, I realized they got it. Oh, they fully understand it. My question is whether or not they are there as someone who's on my side or against me, saying this thing they're saying. You see, that's always what I play with. Are you on my side or are you against me, giving me what you're giving me? Because that plays deep. There are so many people in the series that acted like they were with me. I already knew you weren't. That's why I came at you off the rip. You were like, I'm saying I'm with you. No, you're not. Because you wouldn't have to say you're with me. I know you're with me. You get it? There's a difference. You can't play with someone who's been indoctrinated into the knowledge of understanding who it is they are versus what it is their life is up against. So when you do these things, unlike these big time YouTubers come down like play. I can't be play with you because I know who you are. I know what it is. You're more worried about your image being respected, your pocket being filled with the money than you are your humanity. That is where we draw the lines and we depart because you don't know how to intermingle your humanity with your desire to get money for survival. You got to stun out like your favorite rapper. But what you don't understand is 99% of them, they're slaves. He could live as lavish as he wants. He's a slave. If I tell him not to spend that money, he ain't going to spend that bread, or he knows the consequence. If I tell him not to stunt out there, stunt over there, and he goes over there and stunts, he knows the consequence. It's all about the give and take. Listen, the best to ever lay it down for you, Jay-Z. You can hate it, you can love it. He's one of the best to ever do it. That is why he's deserving of his respect. He laid the blueprint. Not trying to be funny, he did. And these other rappers, that's why if you come to me, I remember there was one of y'all, I'm not going to drop your name. Y'all said, who's Jay-Z? I was ready to jump through the computer, break your disc, rip up your deal, burn it. Are you stupid? There's some people y'all talk about y'all don't know made music. So I know you'll always be a slave to the game. That's the difference. That's the difference. Let me put respect. One thing you can never say is Drake is a slave to the industry because he's mastered it. That's one thing we can never say. Like, I can hate him with my heart. Can't say he's a slave to the industry. This guy's masterful. You want to know why? It's because he learns. He listens, he learns. I'm not saying he's my favorite rapper. He listens, he learns, he grows. He listens, he learns, he grows. He can agree to disagree with us. He can even agree to disagree with us. That's why you hate him. To y'all that hate him, you got to respect it, though. That's how I knew TxxTentacion was the truth. He said he respected him. You heard it. We listened it. That's why I just can't put respect on DJ Academics. It's like, dog, you suck up to them for respect. They say they hate TheCzarr. I don't know TheCzarr, but they really know him, but they hate him. We can have a mutual respect because they're like, at least he's not lapping up at my sack like he does. Fact, I'm not trying to be egg. I'm just being honest because I love being honest with my audience. When you stand in your truth, speaking to your audience, it's respectable. But let me go to the next point, okay? What it is that I've been sent, it's the heaviest thing I've ever been sent, okay? It even goes into detail of whose charities are real or not. It goes so deep. It links up to about, let's say, 6 to 8 levels of relations of people. This I cannot go into because here's my thing. Let's say this is no longer in existence. That leads to a lie. See, the problem is all of this makes sense at the very beginning. It does, because it will show us why things look funny in the beginning. It will show us why we read it. Let me see what it is I can read to y'all, because guys, this held no punches. I'm sorry. I truly don't know who you are that sent this. I know for a fact you're a celebrity. I know that. There's no one else that would know this. Just because the level, and me knowing people, there's no person that would know this. It's not possible. Their mindsets just aren't wired that way. They wouldn't notice. You're either super enlightened, connected, or you're a celebrity. It's just no way. With what you've told me, there's no way. It's not possible. Okay. I just want to put that out to show you I'm lit. I'm not that dumb. I know you're somebody. Okay. Let me paraphrase it. What they're saying is that the very protection that these people allude to and do with are the very people that allowed them to move in safety, to make the moves they make. As I told you, one of them is 100% cut off. That's why spoke on him like I did. He knows it. He's trying to make more connections, but ultimately, you are a liability in your industry now because of what you've done. I've made that very clear for you, okay? And you've seen me prove correctly. Someone else within your industry came out and said you were, okay? And exposed you. Here's where this deepens. Ooh. It goes into a particular agency. Let's say that, yes. A particular agency, okay? And within this agency, what it is telling me is that the whole basis and blueprint of that business was to find people that would bring them business. And within this, it led to a higher tier to us, but a lower tier to them of people that would do what it is to bring of service. These services may or may not have been linked to well-respected people, okay? And I cannot confirm this. Even after research, it's not confirmed. And my research is powerful. The only reason I'm going to say that I am somewhat against that is because I asked you to provide me the links, and you didn't. I know you were watching. I said, provide me the links. You didn't. Which makes me think you could be here to cause disarray. I just want that to be out there. You named the prominent person. I know nothing of this person ever being involved in anything to do with that. Not even mentioned in the case, not even mentioned as to knowing any of these people, not even mentioned to being a political persona like this. And, you know, I know of them being mentioned in things, nothing to do with this. Nothing. Not even going to this state to do business. I don't even have them linked. So when you say them, it makes me wary of who you may be. You could be out for a vendetta against them. That's what concerns me, okay? You could be out for a vendetta and you found this opportune time. And being that you're part of this, it makes sense you choose this time to do it. I can, however, find that to make sense. You find this the perfect outfit, platform, and time to do it because they may have been in respects to X. That's why I understand this. Guys, these are all names we've never mentioned, ever. So I see where it is beneficial to you. I'm taking my time. I'm not going to be long. I got stuff I got to do, but I'm taking my time to mention this because this is crazy. Now, listen, I've done many things. I had information before your favorite online source had it. This is crazy. And it's not out there, but it's crazy. And I see how they want to link it to X. I do get it. Fully get it. I see where it can link to X now. Him being gone. I see. And if you're right, this gives the sole motive that fits to the missing piece right next to what it is we mentioned about mutiny on the state. It is double dragon, red and blue to it. Okay? Yes. This solves it. But with that said, you have to provide the proof. Because if this solves it, this is not a link. It's not a link to the people we've spoken about. It answers for everybody else, though. Everybody that we do not see fits into the case itself, it answers for all of them. But the names you added, I just can't believe they'd respect people over here. It's hard for me to believe that. Now, I get if it is, why it would respect them and be linked to them, but it's hard for me to see them respecting them. I got a lot of respect for some of these names you named. I'm just being honest. It's not my biasness. I'm just telling you the truth. I have respect for these names. So I can't say that. I would need blatant, verbatim proof of this. Because otherwise it just makes no sense. Any other YouTuber that got this, you would run with the information like they'd be tearing YouTube down right now with this. I'm not built like that. That's why I'm real. You see, the difference is your favorite YouTuber, he was like, saying everything. I don't move that way. So that's how I know you're someone of a high standard. I'm very curious as to who you are, honestly. That's my biggest curiosity. Because I'm like, for you to notice, you either A, gotta be part of it, B, you're best friends with one of these superstars, or C, you're a superstar yourself. There's no other way you'd notice. Because I know of it, but no one knows it like this. Like, come on. Come on. I've been sent a lot. I've never been sent something like this. And I can tell you, nah, you're going to have to come harder with the proof. I need documents with that. Like, nah. No. No, I'm sorry. I respect some of these people a lot. So I'm not doing that. I'm not rushing for the story. Same way I check these online people who try and carry my narratives and act like they're not, the same way I got to check this. Like, where's the proof? I'm sorry. That's me being respectable. Please don't be pissed with me. If you are, I understand, but you got to respect my grizzly. You got to respect my grizzly. Like, I just don't move like that. These other guys are funny style. I don't move that way. Respectfully. The next part, and guys, there's like 8, 9 paragraphs. So respect me. I've read through it a couple times. Just, you know me, I go over it again and again. But the more I was looking at it, I was like, nah. Like, yo, it's too directly correct to what could be the other side for me to say that's it. It's too correct. I'm sorry. Okay. I get you doubled back and you said this. Okay, you're not saying this person has anything to do with X's demise. I would surely hope not. I'd surely hope not, because they're too respectable. I would hope not. And again, these are names we've never spoken on. Like, it's out there, okay? But it makes sense with the rest. I believe he did have the protection with these people you mentioned. He did. I don't believe he does anymore. And if he did, I surely hope that the message was made to them through my platform to not, okay? Leave him be. He is a victim to his own decisions, because this guy has done a lot. And by the way, we found a lot of the names of people that went missing in your dwelling. We did. So I suggest you live a normal life, guy. And he knows who he is. Again, they all know who they are. Trust me. You know what? Wow. You know what? I'm going to go to the next one, because you got to prove your statement. You have to prove I need to know how you would know that. Okay. For instance, let me give you all an example. What if I said, yo, X had special connections to get access to weaponry. So he always had access to get military grade weaponry to do this. I would need to prove that. And that's not the case at all. But that's an example of who they're saying, what they're saying they have access to. I need proof. I need some proof on that. I'm sorry. I really respect you. And I would agree. I put respect on Geneva's name. She has been speaking up, but I think it's because she may be receiving threats. That's why I think. Because she came forth, I think the person she spoke on is giving her threats. And Geneva, I already addressed him. He's on the radar for a lot. Do not worry. He makes any sudden funny moves, he'll have an army on him. He could say, oh, I got the army. No, you'll have the army on you, my guy. You really will. Because you don't realize that the feet. Think about it. A man cherishes his daughter. You don't know the men whose daughters you did those things to. You don't know who they are. And they didn't know. They do now. So you would get buttered. If you would hit a sale, you would get buttered like a turkey, basted and dug out like your favorite shoe. You would. Like, I'm not lying to you about that. I'm not joking. They'll do you greasy, like extra greasy. I'm just being honest. They didn't know. When they seen it, it's either that they're being patient. They're being patient right now because they're being patient, okay? Well, ma'am, sir, ma'am, okay? Wow. Oh my gosh. I gotta skip the part. I'm sorry. I gotta skip it because I've never talked on something like that before. I really haven't. I just haven't. And I don't know if I ever want to. That's some other stuff, man. That's some other stuff. I'm sorry. I need proof on all of that. I mean, and it gotta be good. You can't give me no half proof. Like that ish gotta be solid. Okay. Also, I agree. Good point you bring up. I did want to say we see all of you using hashtags in support of this guy who believes in how did he say it? Pro abuse, whatever he said. We are watching y'all. Y'all are on the radar too. We're not dumb to that. We see all of you. And I respect you for giving me props on addressing that. Yeah, we see all of them. Trust me, they ain't going nowhere. They're on the radar. Like all of these dudes are on the radar on the low. Because here's how it works. They don't just want to catch them and give them 2 or 3 years. Football numbers is what's really being looked for. Like we want these dudes playing football with them getting tossed around and banged out from behind. That's what's wanted. So they're not looking for nothing petty. When they get picked up, they want you guys bent over for the next 20 years. I'm just being honest. Because that's what you've done. You've done that to many others. That's what's desired of you. Understand that. So that's what it is. That's why it's quiet on that front. Just so you understand. Give me a second. This is heavy. And you know Al Capone's premium. That deserved the Al Capone. I'm telling you, like, Yeah, that deserved the Al Capone. I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you. Shh. Woo! Mm. Let me just quickly say this. I'm skipping that last part. I'm sorry. That last part, I'm going to find out for myself. I'm going to find out if that's true for myself. And that will give me some mentality into the truths behind what you said. I respect you. I want to talk with you, okay? I want to talk with you because this stuff you're telling me, I need to speak with you, okay? We have to have a conversation. I think you may have alluded to it speaking to me. We got to speak because what it is you're telling me, this would blow up every online media in the world. It will blow them up. They become a sensation overnight. I'd become a sensation overnight. I just don't. I'm a real for real type guy. I don't feel like if any of this cannot be validated, that it should be said at all. These are the things that I do not talk about with y'all. Like there's been earlier ones I sat on for a while, then I mentioned it. That's why your favorite guys I mentioned be reacting so crazy because I've been new this stuff. I just had to make sure it was validated. Then I spoke on it. That's why they attack it for what? Private. Because they know it's true. Because TheCzarr kicks that real. They know that. That's why people stop by here. The fake people, they want to dodge here. The real people know it's real for real. So when I speak on it, they already know what it's hitting for. Like, you get what I'm saying? When your favorite artist on the low says, oh, that's private, and it's public, he's doing that to a public picture because he knows it's true. That's why he's saying that's private. That's private because he knows it's true. You see the difference? He wants to attack me because I'm speaking the truth of what publicly he's hinting at. But I've been in the room with you when you've been hiding truth. So I know who you are. You can't hide who you are from me. I know what you've done. I know who you are. I know who you did it to. I know what you're continually doing. You can't hide from the TheCzarr. The greatest nation since United Nations, you cannot hide. We are on you. We've been on you. We've been on you, I don't know, just looking at you a couple months before X even passed. I just wasn't really into X's music like that. I got more into it and heard what he was saying and knew about it. Shout out to PewDiePie, you know what I mean? And other big name stars. Not that I know you stopped by 100%, but I know you guys rock with me. It's different. Sometimes there are other people that like to get a different feel like of what's real on YouTube. Like, come on. And you know, his mom's a manager. She got to keep getting her money. She's a manager. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but this is the heaviest thing I've ever gotten. I'm just being honest with y'all. I just it just makes too much sense. I need proof. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, whoever this is. Like, there's celebrities that have sent me stuff in the past, but this is the heaviest thing y'all sent me. I'm sorry. I respect all y'all who rock with me on the low, even though you maybe publicly can't say, oh, I rock with that channel because of the nature of the content and what I'm talking about. But it's going to get better. I'm going to be giving y'all content y'all can feel open to interact, even if you don't use your real name. Like, yo, but guys, what someone just sent me is so crazy that they're no one normal. They're no one. You're no one normal. I know that. Because it just makes too much sense. And you had to have been somewhere by. Like, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't. You know, and I'm objective. That's part of why. This is hard-hitting, objective perspective. I hit them with objectivity when it makes sense and I have some type of proof to present it. But I can't do it off of a whim. Like, do you know? I know what floor, what level, who's on the level of the rabbit hole you just said this at. You need some proof, my guy. Like now you're somewhere else. Like I'm really trying to figure out the suspects that were involved that did it. You're calling out the people that called the shots behind the scenes. And I don't have that proof. Not even that they know these people. So that's for one. For two, these things you're saying are statements. You're telling me exactly how the behind the scenes, who told who to tell them to do this. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I get why, but I need proof. When, what for, what they got out of it. Well, let me take that back. You did explain what they get out of it, okay? And that's part of the problem that I'm like, wow. Because it lines up with some promises I made on certain industry concepts that I wasn't heading to. So you would push me in a position where I have to address topics in a way that I keep my promises. And here's the thing. The promises wasn't, he's in someone's pocket. No, negative. I've openly told you I've turned down some things. So you're going to have to, this is to keep my politics genuine to me, okay? Because I'm a man of my word. That's what I do. So when I'ma just need you to explain this. Because here's what I will do. I will expose those nonprofits then. I will expose all of them, okay, that aren't really doing what they need to do. That's the angle I will take. Because just so you nonprofits know, they just busted you wide open. I don't care if your paperwork's good. They busted you wide open. Matter of fact, this explains why you came for me in the first place. Why you were doing what you did. They told me everything. And I can blatantly connect all of you to this by this. I will take that. If you can prove it to me, I will shut these nonprofits down. I'll go for all of them. Every last one of them. I will do it justice. I tell you one more thing. I'll do you so well. If you can prove any of this to me, I'll not only shut the nonprofits down, but I'll go in on the people within these nonprofits that we have the info on. I'll go after each one of them. Every single one of them until they're out in the spotlight and they can never hide again. So law knows when they change their name, who they actually are. I'll do that for you, okay? Because you told me all of this, okay? I'll do that for you. But I cannot go with just this because now you're mentioning other people I know even they don't know. They don't know them. They don't even know them. They don't rock with them. Because if they were, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing in these nonprofits. I tell you that. They'd be paid. Oh my, they'd be paid. They wouldn't have bothered me at all. I can tell you that. So I'm telling you, you tell me, and to my agents and my guys on Patreon, I'll get a bit more detailed. Okay, how's that? On Patreon, to my Patreon members, I got an exclusive coming for you. And I'll get more detailed, all right? But openly, I'll go after these nonprofits. Talk to me. Does that sound fair? Does that sound fair? Because I can't mention this. Mm-mm. Because let me tell you something. I'm Shaq with it. I'm Shaq with the blocks. I can't block this. I can't. It's said too much. Okay? But you put me in quite a predicament, my friend. You put me in quite a predicament. You put me in quite a predicament. And I'm sorry to all those. Salute to my Patreon supporters. They've been supporting so long. I got to give them some heat. Back to back to back. So be patient with me, channel. I got to give them that heat. And again, I'm only going into so much detail because this person has to prove it. You have to prove what you said to me. But I will go into deep detail dealing with the nonprofits now. To my nonprofits, y'all are all exposed now. Every last one of y'all that ever stopped by here, this person, they not, let me be very clear. They not only expose you to the point where now I could go back to the places you say you're from and pick out other dirt you've done. They just expose you. Salute to them on that. They busted you wide open to the point where they even connected other organizations you may have took donations from and stuff to start up your business to do what it is they're saying you did. They connected all of you. You're all done. Like, they dug y'all out. Like, oh my goodness. Who did y'all piss off? What celebrity did y'all piss off? Because they fucked y'all up. They really did. That's the only part that I was laughing. The rest, wow. I'm going to try and get back with y'all tomorrow. I got a lot I got to get done, y'all. But I'm going to try and catch up with y'all tomorrow. But these are things I don't usually speak on. Not even like this with you guys. This was so crazy. It's eating me inside. So I had to let you know. So I feel better. But me accepting to speak on it, I need the proof. I'm sorry. But if you can prove it to me, these nonprofits and stuff, I will go at them. I'll go at them in a way they can't avoid me. Doesn't matter what they do on the side. They cannot avoid me. I could go at y'all to the point, whatever certified government stuff you got going on, I can enact. I really can. And you'd be unlawful. You really would. If they do a full investigation of y'all would be unlawful. What they sent me, what they spoken to me. Because technically, if you're doing what it is they say you're doing, you are a threat to humanity wherever you are. Okay? I still need to validate that. Wow. You're an inhumane threat. Woo! Woo! Oh my goodness. Yo, shout out to this person. If y'all are doing what they say you're doing, you are a threat to humanity. You're a threat to everything X did, everything he's done in his life to help. You're a threat to it. And you got to go. No. You got to go. I get that. I get that. But the other people you're naming, nah. I don't believe it. I respect them too much. Like, I respect them to the point where I'm willing to reach out to them. Like, celebrity or not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to. My agents would kick me in my butt if I just came up. Nah, they'd kick me in my butt. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm telling you, but to them nonprofits, yo, y'all better leave me alone. Hold on. To those nonprofits, y'all better leave me alone. y'all better play nice, number one, talk nice to me, and y'all better get off my D. And I know about y'all hunting for my other numbers and stuff. Let me hear one more thing y'all do. I can end y'all. And at the least, I can have this person go pull all your identities. Because they already, well, what you gave me, they already know who all of you are. They know all of you. I'll have them go through with that. Again, this is a potential new agent. What they brought me is spicy. But I'm holding off because these online situations with these guys trying to repost my stuff, and I'm not rocking with y'all because y'all gain off of that. Y'all don't even bring the viewership from that. Nah. I'm not making y'all day. And I know if y'all knew this, y'all would be rocking the news stations. Oh my gosh. They wouldn't shut up for the next year and a half. Y'all wouldn't shut up about it. So I'm letting y'all rock. I'm going to let it rock. Daddy already made y'all bank. Stop playing with me. That's how you refer to me, Daddy, because that's what I am. I'm all y'all fathers. Stop playing with me. Stop. I know I made y'all bank. To y'all writers, I made your career. Cut it out. I made your career. Stop playing with me. Do you know how many online stations came up off of intel I gave? Questions I asked? Stop it. Eat a fat one. Stop. SMD. Matter of fact, SMD. Yes, like that. SMD. Because y'all don't put no respect on my name. SMD. F all y'all. Till y'all start saying daddy and y'all start giving me my respect. SMD. YouTube guidelines. You know what it is. You know how I rock. I ain't helping y'all. Guys, this is heavy. I feel so much better speaking to y'all about, because I was reading this like, yo, there's no agent in my history that gave me something like this. I'm just like, yo. This explains everything on the right side versus the left. It covers it. This takes the cake. This completes my investigative work of me understanding what fully went on. But I need to confirm it. And it starts with the nonprofits and works its way up the chain. I'll go at the nonprofits. I got to work. I'm not working my way up the chain like that. You're going to have me getting at everybody. No way. No way, Jose. No way. I like a lot. So you got to prove it to me. I like a lot of these people, man. I like them genuinely as people. Like you can't, like it's very rare to like a person. I like them as people. I like them. I'm not even going to hold you. There are some lawful people that I really like. That's why I spoke out about the dude that way, because I want them to let him go, get away from him, because I like them as people. And I know they may be, listen, I want to say this, CZARR.OF.JASPERRA. If you're lawful, hit me up behind the scenes. I rock with a lot of the people because some of them are taking a stand. I rock with y'all. And they're saying there's some people corrupted around you. They even go into detail to tell me who and tell me what they did behind the scenes. Like, y'all got some snakes around y'all. Y'all got to be careful. Like, if you're in the forest, move carefully, yo. Y'all got some snakes. And where it gets eerie to me is I could see these snakes looking to take you out because of the fact you're for real. That's what scares me. That's why I'm moving carefully. It's not just because they're the big name stars. That's a major part. But it's the people around. Like, I cherish them enough that them as family people, I respect it. And I'm not going to let you sully that. That's why I go for the nonprofits. I'm not going to let y'all tiptoe through law, acting a lawful position when you're really doing the dirt of the people that they're looking for. No, no, you're not moving like that. You're not moving like that. That's one thing I promise my agents. I will not let them be justified to any danger because you want to move in and their little girl could go missing tomorrow or their little son. Nah. If I validate what they're saying, I am coming for you nonprofits. Having their son or daughter calling into you looking for help and it's a setup. No, we're not rocking like that. I'm not rocking with you like that. We got problems. I don't care if they're 15, 16. I don't care. No. That's where I draw the line on y'all. And trust me, they go into detail on that. All of y'all. They name what businesses y'all got. They name who's ready to change their name to run. You're the GOAT. I'm gonna say you're the GOAT. I just don't know if I can rock with the one part. But thank you. You gave me the perfect firepower for dealing with these nonprofits, though. Yes, you did. And what you said about them, it answered like it was an aha moment. Like even I thought up things. I didn't think it was that deep, but I guess it is. Yes, it is. It ain't just mutiny on the estate. It ain't just mutiny on the estate. It's some other stuff. And I got you. Y'all, every nonprofit that wanted to come at my name, do it online one more time. Do it one more time. Watch. I'm going to dig y'all out. I don't care if someone shows it to me randomly. I don't care if you're saying in a private group. I got someone in each of y'all groups. Do it again. Y'all better act like I'm a fan of. Like, oh, who's that? They say TheCzarr. We don't know who that is. Y'all better play dumb. I tell you that. Because that nonprofit money, gone. I can do that to you. I could do it greasy. Yo. Let me say this now. All them nonprofits, today they've officially become a liability. I want to say that respects to any star that may have their name twisted. They are a liability now. Please take care of it. Genuinely, please. They're a liability. To wrap it up, Pew, I'm going to tell you this. Somebody hit me up behind the scenes with such detailed information, it gave me the shivers. And not only because it answered a lot of questions I alone would not have been able to answer. Never. No one would know that. But the way they expose these nonprofits, it makes perfect sense. And using X to do it at this time, perfect sense. It's perfect. But I'm just like, yo, first of all, why'd they tell me this? Second of all, who are you to know this? Third of all, it would save so many lives. The offspring of officers, the offspring of y'all. It would make sense. This would be able to allow you to see this going on anywhere you live across the world. And it makes perfect sense because I've never thought of it this way. Never looked at nonprofits this way. Never looked at certain businesses this way. I never did. We heard about stuff hinting at it, but they broke it down. And I said, oh my goodness. they opened a new part of my mind. I was like, duh. I caught a buzz sensation. Like, wow. And now looking at these nonprofits, how they were harassing me, guys, they had to. I'm gonna put respect on them. They had to, because knowing this, they didn't know where I was going with it. They couldn't tell. So they had to say something, but I'm telling them, say something again. Say something one more time, and I'll get with you. Oh, I'm going to get with you. 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 Oh, I'm going to get with you. My God, I am getting with y'all. All of y'all. All of y'all. The government's getting all their money back, and I'm getting with y'all. The greatest nation since United Nations, they're getting every dime back off of y'all, because y'all are liars. Liars. And we now know how you're lying. At first, I couldn't pick it out. I'm like, going through the info. When they said it, I said, that's why they're lying. Y'all are some lying suckers. Do not disrespect my name again. Don't do it. I'm going to eat y'all alive. I'm going to spit y'all out. Then I'm going to leave what's left of you to whoever wants to put cuffs on you and take their money back out of your life. Because you guys weren't truthful. You're not there to help. You're there to hurt. You're there to hurt. And you're there to get free money off of not deserving it. I'm going to get with you. I always wondered how you're not family, you're doing it. And they broke that down. I'm like, oh, I never looked at a nonprofit like that. Yo, shout out to Global Media Inc. Go subscribe to Global Media Inc. Shout out to Maine the Milkman. Go subscribe to him. Shout out to I Smoke Hip Hop. Go subscribe to him. Go support these real speakers and real channels. Like, yo, wow. I got to go clear my head. Like, you know, guys, I don't do this. I need to go clear my head, man. Like, they hit me with a one. I just don't believe some of the names that you're naming even know of these nonprofits. I haven't found their name link. I haven't heard them being there. I haven't even heard them traveling to that state. I haven't heard them doing any business with them. I haven't seen them giving donations. I haven't seen them interacting with these guys at all. It makes perfect sense why y'all want to use X. It makes perfect sense. X, we will get justice for what it is you wanted to do with your life. And it has nothing to do with Cleo. It makes sense why y'all would be trying to blackmail Cleo. I get it. She's the perfect target, right? She's perfect to target. I now know why. I now know why. I know why you're doing it. Say something else. Cleo's going to be able to sleep like a baby at night. Say something else. Because y'all are going to have more problems than anything. That I know. Y'all are going to have more problems than anything. Cleo, you will get your sleep. I promise. You'll sleep with your feet up laughing. Because I can tell you, these guys don't want no problems. Y'all don't want none. Like no problems. Easily 20 to 25 years. Easy. Even more depending on how long you had the nonprofit. Go away. Go away. Let TheCzarr do his thing. Get lost. Seriously. Guys, I want y'all all on Instagram. If they whisper my name, I want it sent to me. If a private conversation or a chat happens and you think they're talking about me, send it to me. They'll be sorry. If this is the right end, I promise to y'all and everything, they'll be sorry. They will regret every day they ever mention my name wrong. I promise. I promise. We hitting all y'all banks. We hitting all y'all banks. I don't want what you got in your pocket. I want what you banking. We hitting all y'all banks. Oh, the money's up in the crib. They're raiding that. I'm telling you, leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's the last time I'm saying it. I'll never say it again. When you see the certain titles just come up, don't be mad. Don't be mad. You're going to know you tested the right one. Didn't I tell you that from the jump? You played with the right one. You played with the right guy. I'm telling you, yo. But I'm objective. So I ain't going to just do it to do it. I'm going to do it if they disrespect me. Don't disrespect me again. Don't disrespect me. Don't be playing with my numbers. Leave it alone. Okay? Leave it alone. Leave it alone now. That's your last warning. All rights reserved. We in the building. Greatest nation since United Nations. Your favorite rappers time. Your favorite rappers time. Your favorite movie stars time. They think I'm just playing. Your favorite athletes time. Your favorite comedians time. Your favorites time. Your favorite moguls time. Your favorite investors time. Your favorite government's time. Your favorite politician's time. You know how I rock. All rights reserved. We in the building. Patreon, I got some explanations coming. We out.